Welcome everybody to the Boycott Everything Podcast NFL Week number 3 recap. This show is brought to you by CGN.US, The Drastic Measure, and The Breaking Company. If you are on our YouTube channel, which I believe is still the only way that you can actually watch our whatever we call this show for now. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, comment, like, share, do all that fun stuff.
Kiss your sister, it's all good.
All our social media links are down in the video description below. And then you can also find us on the Backroom Casting Couch.
What in the fuck is that? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what the fuck that is.
All you're gonna find is disappointment.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. Welcome to week 3 of random people talking about football.
4 fat guys on football, 4 fat fucks talk football. What the fuck do we name this show?
4 fatties on football.
A football show with fat fucks. Let's go. No, that's not gonna work either.
Sort them, split them, swap them. I like that one.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Someone sent me that, and I just died.
All right, so we're gonna start off in the what we will call the Tom Brady Bowl. I'll get to that. Jacksonville 20 with God Minshew against the Tennessee Titans at 7 points. The biggest story coming out of this game was not how good Minshew looked or even Mariota playing decently, was Tom Brady going on Sean Kemp's Good Internet and complaining about referees in that league.
Oh, jeez.
This game is too bad. The referees are taking over. Let them play. Tom Brady, I need you to come closely to me so I can explain to you that there's a fucking rule because of you in the league. When everybody sits back and complains about how quarterbacks are protected, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are number 1 and 2 on that list of why. But I do thank you for your services on Twitter. It was funny as hell to watch you be very hypocritical.
See, I didn't think that was going to be your big story from this game. I thought the big story from this game was that Minshew reportedly got offered money from porn companies. That's a headline I've seen. I gotta find it now.
I had heard that too, actually. And I died laughing.
Why would I care? Sorry. Why would I care about that, though?
Because it's funny.
Because he's got more moxie coming out of his ass than most porn stars.
It's the mustache and the way he dresses. I mean, come on.
Dude, I was actually pretty disappointed when I found out that picture of him in the red shirt with the mustache was not him getting ready for Tennessee.
Yeah, I was sad about that too.
You know what? Whatever. You do that ever. You get off a plane looking like that, you're a stud. Don't care. It doesn't matter. And boy, howdy, you showed it to the Tennessee Titans this weekend. Dude, I like him. I like him a lot.
Thank you, Tennessee, for this game because you let me rail on somebody else here coming soon.
It was a crazy week, though, with freaking Jameson Winston in number 2 for passing leaders this week.
Well,
I told Rev
you're fucking fired.
He was.
Lackluster weekend of football so far. I mean, it's a short season, but nothing stood out to me this week. Not even Gardner Minshew. That's sad.
Oh, no, there's a couple things that stood out, and we'll get to those. So my overall feeling about that game was is Nick Foles being Nick Fold in Jacksonville? That's the thing that we have to watch the rest of the year now until Foles comes back, because I think he is. I think that Nick Foles will play for a new team sooner rather than later because Minshew is the real deal. He's got that it factor. You can see it in his swagger, the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he carries himself when he makes mistakes, how he takes onus to everything that's wrong.
He owns it all and that mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, don't ever get rid of it. I'm not even kidding. Mustaches are the best, but no, we'll see. I would fall behind you when you say that Nick Foles will be playing for another team next year, and that just seems like his breakdown. Like, there's no better player to have on your roster that's going to fall behind the next guy more than Nick Foles.
Mm-hmm.
It's been his entire career, and he'll make something of it again. But
I'm really glad that some of my
he is the next Messiah. He's fun to watch. That I can't remember the last time I said the Browns and the Jags had to be must-watch TV on Sundays. But it's 2019. You can't expect anything.
So previous to the podcast, we had a conversation about other sports, and I have noticed a pattern of intoxication coming from Mr. Iron Ranger that is next level, and he just proved it again. Next game, Buffalo 21, Cincinnati 17. Andy Dalton is still lighting shit up with no AJ Green. The problem is he ran into the Bills with another really exciting young quarterback, Josh Allen. I really enjoy watching him play because he puts passes on his receivers. Like, there's no go up and get it. You're catching this or it's going to break you. And I like it. I love his arm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think the one good call I had to start the season was Josh Allen was real. He was a real player, and it's fun to watch him, man. He's dynamic. Buffalo Bills have something to build around, and there's nothing better than having New York teams to root for.
I really think that it's disturbing that if the Patriots didn't play in their division, the Bills would be a legit home field advantage team. But that's not reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? When is Bills New England? Oh, next week. Next week, dude. We're gonna see an actual AFC North showdown.
No, we're not.
Or East.
No, we're not.
One of those for a decade plus.
We're not going to see a showdown.
Yeah. I'm sorry, New England's defense and
we'll get there
the
at the end of the
offense
episode.
and special teams. And...
As long as it's New England still, it's
yeah.
There's not much competition there.
I'm not giving a Tom Brady pass quite yet. We'll get there at the end of this episode.
Next game up, Dallas 31, Miami 6. Miami scored points.
Yeah, they scored. Yay! Shocking.
Da, 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 da.
I feel relatively bad for Cowboys fans, and that says a lot coming from me. Because they're going to run out of money a lot faster than they can keep it under the salary cap. A lot faster because Dak Prescott is playing way past his pay. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to have an issue with you have a two-headed running back with Pollard and Elliott, and both of them are really good. And Elliott just got paid, and Pollard is just as good as him. And just because he's a rookie doesn't mean that he's going to expect to sit there and not get paid. Plus, you still have to play Amari Cooper. Dallas Cowboys fans, enjoy this year because it may be over after this one.
No, dude, Dallas has 3 more years of this. You think Jerry Jones is not going to pay that luxury tax before he dies? No. He's going to put this team on the field for 3 more years. Dude, Dallas, I'm telling you, they're going to dump Jerry Jones, or not Jerry Jones, but Jason Garrett. They're going to put Kellen Moore in the head coaching slot next year, no matter what they do. And this is a team to reckon with for the next 5 to 6 years. Dallas looked legit. That defense looks good, no matter who you put in there. It's terrifying, and that offense is.
We'll find out. We'll find out when they play a real team. When they play a real team, then we can we can have a real discussion about how good their defense is, or how good their offense is. When they play a real team, then we can have that discussion. Until then, the Dallas Cowboys are what they always are: overhyped, and people won't shut the fuck up about a mediocre team at best.
Who do they have next week?
Next week,
New Orleans without Drew Brees.
Yeah, it could have been a much better matchup, but I think that John Payton defense will give them a test. We'll see who they are.
They definitely have a defense coming into town. And then Kamara. Wait, that's not an offense. That's one player. Shit. And we'll get to that. Until they beat a team of any importance, they're still a top 10 team at best. Because they have not beat any team worth anything.
Dallas covered the spread. That's all you care about.
I don't waste money with betting, so I don't care about that. I care about how the teams look. I look at their team, and overall, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Unlike the Eagles, beating the teams they're supposed to be beating. Unlike the Eagles, but let's get to another overhyped team. Y'all ready?
Green Bay.
Green Bay 27, Denver 16.
The Broncos kind of gave this game up. Those two nasty fumbles were just
Joe
killer.
Flacco.
And fucking Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
He deserved that contract. Fuck you.
Yeah, he deserved it. He sure did.
Hell yeah. He won a Super Bowl for a city that was starving for one.
Starving for one?
No, Baltimore was not starving for one.
You were definitely intoxicated. You just said the Baltimore Ravens, who's won 2 Super Bowls in the last 20 years, was starving for one.
Tell me they weren't.
They wasn't.
We weren't.
The person that lives in Baltimore is telling you they weren't.
We were just happy to have a team that could play and still make the playoffs most of the time.
Aegon is a homer. He admits that. He loves his Ravens. And they weren't. The Joe Flacco, and I will never call him by his proper name because he's a flake, and he's proved it every year since he got that contract. That contract will go down as one of the top 10 worst contracts in NFL history when it's all said and done.
It'd be so nice next year when he's off our fucking books.
Mm-hmm.
You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Flacco's terrible, but you still earned it. I hate you guys. I'm going to die on this hill.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bloody hill.
That's a lot of hills.
You have a lot of hills, and you're going to be alone on a lot of them. That's weird.
Dude, I'm ready for it.
Stat of the week, though. A lot of people has the Denver Broncos as one of the worst teams. Flacco is proving that he's really bad because he has not hit the ground one time all year.
And the Broncos also don't have a sack or one quarter. They have one quarterback hit 0 sacks all season. That's not only an aberration. That's not sustainable.
That's fact. That's fact. I think that the Green Bay Packers have not really played a real team yet either. So we'll find out when they play a real team, which I think is next week also.
They play the Eagles.
Yes, tonight.
The Eagles?
Oh, tomorrow. They play the Eagles tomorrow.
Yep, they play the Eagles tomorrow.
Yeah, we're recording this on Wednesday, by the way.
Wednesday this week instead of Tuesday because Rev was sick and sleeping.
Yeah.
The next game is the Indianapolis Colts, thank God, beating the Atlanta Falcons. Can we talk about Brissett being as real as I said he was?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have any argument out of me on that one. I can see exactly why Indianapolis and Jim Irsay gave him that contract before the start of the season. The boy has a live arm, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
They They actually have a complete roster.
He went
very often in the NFL these days.
He went 28 of 37. He went 28 of 37, 75% completion percentage, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was only sacked once, and his QB rating against the Falcons defense, which is not horrible, was 118.1. That's pretty damn good, actually.
Yeah.
And for somebody that... Go ahead, Willie, sorry.
And Matt Ryan didn't do that bad either. I mean...
No.
Yeah.
29, 34, 85% completion, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception, but his QB rating was still 121.1. So...
I'll say it was just another Matty Ice game. I mean, showed up late. Wasn't anything spectacular. You didn't need to tune into it, except for right at the end. And what did they do? They lost to the Colts again.
Next game. Everybody's game of the week. One that I knew would be decent, but we would get an idea of who was who in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens 33-28.
Yep.
We're going to have another conversation at the end, so I'm going to leave the people are smoking way too much crack in the world statement out of it right now, but the best player in the league right now is, in fact, Patrick Mahomes.
I think this weekend actually beat that argument out of me.
I can't disagree.
Dude, that was a fun fucking football game to watch. If you tuned into one game this year, this had to be it.
It was good. I mean, the Ravens, at least in the first quarter, played really well. They actually had Mahomes shook in that first quarter.
Yeah, Mahomes did look shook until about midway in the second quarter, and then it was like something happened, a pass interference call. And as soon as the pass interference call happened, it was just like Mahomes was like, okay, I'm ready to play now. I'm here. And it was like, because I really like Lamar Jackson, which, by the way, no matter what his QBR rating is, still proved he is an NFL quarterback.
I think, though, this might be the first time in history that Andy Reid had a coach shook. John Harbaugh kept going for 2-point conversions, failing time after time. And then in his post-game presser, he said that we were trying to score points. That's our identity. No, it's not. It hasn't been since you've been the head coach. 9 years. We haven't seen this out of you.
Well, I had a conversation with another one of our friends, and he said that the reason why Lamar Jackson looks so good is the system. The problem is last year Lamar Jackson completely changed their system. No matter what anybody wants to say, no matter what you can't tell me that a quarterback that never ran for more than 100 yards in a season, and then you get the quarterback that literally, if he'd have played all year, would have had the most rushing attempts in the NFL, not as a quarterback, period. You didn't change your system. You're on drugs. You need to sit down and you need to understand how football works. If at any point in time you get a rushing quarterback replacing a fucking a pocket passer, that system has to change, period.
Oh, yeah, anyone who says we didn't change the system is an idiot.
So when it was said to me today, I was just like, what? The system made Lamar Jackson? Are you on drugs?
Oh, well, no.
Like, come on, man.
The system adjusted to him. We did not play like that at all.
So for the last 9 years, Iron Ranger is 100% right. With Flacco and his horrible, I can't move more than 5 yards without being winded ass. Yes, that was the system. They didn't go for points. They tried to control the game. This team now is not trying to control the game. They're trying to win games. That's why they had almost a 300-yard passer and a 100-yard receiver as a Ravens team. That's not something you usually hear. You get one or the other and a good defense. They had a good defense Sunday. But guess what? The second quarter happened.
Plus, you had a great passing game and a rusher that got 3 touchdowns
Mm-hmm.
in a close game.
That's that's not the Ravens. That's not who the Ravens are. And you know why it's not who the Ravens are? It's because they had to adjust to the players they have on their field. So what happened the previous 9 years does not matter to right now. They did not have Lamar Jackson the last 9 years. They did not have Mark Ingram the last 9 years. When's the last time they had a real running back?
Real, I hate saying it, but John Harbaugh is the best coach we have in the league.
If he's the best coach, then why the fuck are they going for 2-point conversions?
Sunday's game.
Well, okay, his reasoning, Wooly, for going for the 2 points was because they're going for points and they had the talent to do it. Yeah. The problem is Lamar is still learning the NFL speed. You can tell that when he's playing. He's not Mahomes. Anybody that would say this is a Manning versus Brady situation, Ali Frazier, those things were thrown out in the last 7 days. You're crazy. You're not on drugs. You're just absolutely, you need to take some medication because there's something wrong with your head, because there was not a clear difference between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Yeah, they were both good.
You cannot approach a Patrick Mahomes game and say, hey, we're just going to do things by the book. Dude, you have to throw the book out the window and say, we've got to score points. And I liked it. It didn't work. Yeah.
We've thrown the book out since we've gotten Lamar. And I'm glad we did, because we don't have a quarterback that's, pretty much dependent on having someone he can do something with. And now we have someone who can actually control the field.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
We got Mark Ingram, who, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, could easily be our next, Jamal Lewis.
Go ahead, Will.
But here's the thing. Why go for a 2-point conversion on the first score of the game?
That's tempo, Wooly.
He was trying to set
tempo because you wasn't there, so I can't make you understand what happened. But the first 4 series the Chiefs had, Mahomes was shook. So if he sets tempo early, gets that 2-point conversion, and makes it an 8-0 game instead of a 6-0 game, Mahomes has to dig deeper than what he already had to.
Yeah, but before they adjusted to what happened, Mahomes was
getting. When you get down 1, you have to make up with another 2. You get down with 2, you have to make 2 more 2s.
Unfortunately, we're going to talk about that again.
Unfortunately, hell no, that balanced out the entire week.
I think that, and like I said, we're going to have another conversation, so I don't want to stay on any one game too long. Special conversation. Mahomes is the best player in the league, period, at any position. He's the most exciting to watch. He can go from being shook in one quarter to putting up 23 points the next quarter. That's what happened this week. He is the best in the league right now, period. Next game, Minnesota Vikings beat the living fuck out of the Oakland Raiders, 34-14. And the game wasn't as close as that even seems, because good God, Dalvin Cook is by far the best rusher in the NFL right now. And I don't think anybody's even remotely close. Because
I wish that somebody on this podcast had been stumping.
That's why I posted I was going to eat crow. Because at the end of the day, you take Dalvin Cook out of the game, you lose.
Dude, I like what Mike Zimmer's doing. Dude, the Packers game got out of hand early, and it kind of forced his hand to put it in the Kirk Cousins' hand, and that's not a good hand. So many hands, you can't have a good hand.
Kirk Cousins is going to go down as one of the top 10 worst.
Oh.
Explain to me how you have basically a backup quarterback. No. I'll reword that. I'll reword that so maybe even Aegon can get a good laugh. Explain to me how Brad Johnson III is making that money in the NFL. Control the game, hand it off to a running back. That's all he has to do.
And as long as the defense does what Sim wants them to do, we've got no qualms here in Minnesota this season. They look like a legitimate team.
Minnesota is one of the few teams that's got. I think they're better than Green Bay. So I would put them above at least 2 or 3 of the 3-0 teams. They're definitely they're definitely better than the Cowboys. They're definitely better than. We'll find out if they're better than the Packers. They could be better than the Packers, but like they're a good team. That's a good team, and I'm not scared to eat crow. I will always eat crow. Their first real opponent is the 13th of October, so 3 weeks from now. No, I take that back, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that really fast, I think.
Nice. Let's do it.
Next game, the New England Patriots, 30. The New York Jets special teams and defense, 14. Do we really need to say much about this game at all?
The Jets played like the Jets.
New England took a nap, started about 20 seconds at the end of the third quarter. That's all they did.
No. I don't know if you saw, but New England signed another quarterback today because the owner of the team was like, yeah, Stedman's supposed to be really good. He threw 3 passes, and one of them was a pick 6. Oops. Against the Jets defense that Tom Brady was 103 QBR against.
Yeah.
Like, that team, that should have been another shutout.
Wasn't after that pick 6, they immediately put Brady back in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Now, let's discuss the game that if any of my Twitter followers actually listen, I'd be ostracized for. The Detroit horrible Lions beat the even much worse playing Eagles. I want to christen this game the shit the receiver dropped the pass game.
Yes.
My inclination coming into the weekend was, the Eagles, the worst team. Seattle alleviated that a bit. We'll get to that soon. But the Lions, Stafford continues to impress.
I wouldn't say impress, but he's playing.
He wins the games he has to.
Well, he hasn't lost a game.
No, this year, but I mean, literally, dude, Matt Stafford just shows up. Games he has to win, he'll do it.
I don't know, man. I think that the Lions are in for the rude awakening coming really soon. So we'll see what the Lions are actually mad out of.
I'm just looking at some of the receiving stats right now. Kenny Golladay for the Lions targeted 8 times, only completed 2 receptions. Like, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I would hate to be the Lions because do you know their next coming schedule, boys? Loss, potential loss in a row. And I don't mean, this is going to be a close game. They play the Chiefs Sunday, boys.
Yeah.
That's going to be a beatdown. They play the Packers 2 weeks from now. That's going to be a beatdown. They play the Vikings 3 weeks from now. That's going to be a beatdown. And then the team I told y'all was going to be good if Daniel Jones played is after that. They're in a lot of trouble. So they had to start off like this. But I don't think it's going to be good enough. They're still not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I still think Detroit shouldn't even be undefeated at this point. Like,
well, they're gonna walk out of week 7 2-2. From here to week 7, no joke.
What team are they gonna beat?
They're gonna beat Green Bay.
No way.
Oh yeah. And it's gonna shake everything. That Lions defense
is not as good as anybody said they were.
No,
they literally won a game because 8 passes were dropped, 3 in the end zone. That is not a good defense. That is a luck defense.
You never overreact to week 1, and you never overreact to week 2.
Okay.
Dude, they look legit against the Eagles. Right? They held Wentz to nothing. Wentz looked like a Division II quarterback.
Iron. Ooh. No more drinking before our podcast. Holy shit.
You hate everything I do?
No. When you say they held Wentz to nothing and he's a Division II quarterback, he still threw 2 touchdowns and a 94.6 QBR when they dropped 8 passes.
Yeah. I mean, neither quarterback did better than 50%, so it's like you can't really say either of them showed up.
Stafford's never been accused of being a good quarterback. He's playable. He's decent. But he's not a good quarterback.
Right. Wentz hit checks downs all goddamn game. It was not close. I love Wentz. He's going to be good. But this year, no. The Eagles are going to come down to earth, and it'll be sweet. Everybody in the NFC will love to see it. Dude, Detroit is real this season.
Detroit is still the 3rd worst team in their division. No, I'll one up that. Detroit is still taking last in their division.
Oh, that's rough. Dude, the Motor City Kitties deserve some love.
No, they don't. No, they don't. When you have had when you've had the greatest running back of all time on your team and ruined him, and when you've had the second best receiver of all time on your team and ruined him, both of them left the game way before they should have because of that team. You don't deserve nothing in Detroit. Nothing. Because I don't give a damn what anybody says. If Barry Sanders was on any other team in the NFL when he played, he would have the NFL rushing record by 10,000 yards. Not a couple hundred. Not second, third place. 10,000 yards plus. Everybody gives it. I'm gonna give Barry Sanders all this great fucking love because of how amazing he was at the dodging. He was great at dodging tackles because he had to, not because he should have.
The hate is palpable tonight. You're gonna fucking kiss that kitty on the snout by the end of the season. I'm telling you, Detroit is legitimate. Detroit is gonna walk away with the NFC North.
Again.
Over Minnesota? Are you? Yep, you are Minnesota. Fucking high. You are fucking higher than shit.
Okay, like I said to Illinois, Texas, and Maryland.
Holy
shit. Need some of that shit.
Minnesota is by far one of the top 10 teams in the league right now.
I'm staking my claim right here. Detroit is for real.
Another hill for you to die on. Perfect.
Carolina 38, Arizona 20. Hey, look, boys.
We can all agree Carolina did not deserve that.
Are you crazy? Dude, you're just saying things to get a rise out of me. I already know that now. That makes it obvious you're doing it now. That makes it obvious you're doing it now. The best QB player of the entire NFL this week outside of Mahomes was Kyle Allen.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve it. 144 QBR rating. What?
The next
Come on, man.
Tell me is Mike Evans is the best wide receiver.
Not even close. And I've never said that. I have never once ever said that Mike Evans is the best receiver in the NFL. Never. Because DeAndre Hopkins is a fucking thing. Julio Jones is a fucking thing. Like, I've never come close to that. So that's insane. Mike Evans has one good week. He's still mediocre this year. Congratulations. And guess what he's going to do this week? Nothing, because he's playing the fucking Rams.
Oh, that's going to be actually one of the best games of the week.
What is?
Tampa Bay, LA. Oof.
Let's talk about the game on hand because you're just lost your fucking mind. Kyle Allen went 19 to 26, 73% completion percentage, 261 yards, 4 touchdowns, 144 QBR against the defense that, well,
they
stopped
exist?
Stafford. No, they stopped Stafford. That's why they're tied with Arizona.
Yeah.
CMC popped off.
Oh yeah.
Tried to make a claim for best running back in the league, and then Dalvin Cook did what he did. So, like I said, Dalvin Cook's definitely the best in the league. Fitzgerald had another touchdown, which is really awesome to watch. This is the game that I would say that Kyler Murray came down to earth a little bit, because that was a mediocre defense in his face at all times.
Yeah, I won't argue. The air raid looked not that great this week.
Yeah, I mean,
it's still Jay Gruden in the hot seat, but yeah, Carolina looks just fine, and the Cardinals look just awful.
Next game up, Daniel Jones, 32, and 2011 to 2019 Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, 31. Because I said it last week, and I'll say it again. The first 2 weeks of the season were outliers of how good our defense was. I knew it was bullshit, even though we have the best linebacker in the league right now.
Does anybody feel bad for that Tampa Bay kicker?
Of course you do.
You want to know my answer?
Yeah, that's why I asked. I want to know Rev's answer.
Fuck him. You have one fucking job and you leave 5 points on the board. Fuck you. Oh, and bitch ass Jameis Winston. If you ever stand in front of your fucking fans again and say, "Well, we shouldn't have put him in that position," 380 yards, 3 touchdowns. You and Mike Evans looked amazing again. You gave him a chance to be a player, and he failed. That's no longer on you, and that's me taking up for you. What the fuck is this world? There's only so many times I can say a quarterback threw for 380 yards and lost in my life.
Yeah. Have the second best quarterback of the week and the number 1 wide receiver of the week and still lose.
There was no fucking reason for that.
This should have been a coming out party.
It was for Daniel Jones.
I know, but that's not the 2 people I was talking about. Jameis and Mike Evans. Mike fucking Evans. God damn it. He looked every bit the part this weekend.
So explain to me how I'm supposed to feel bad for Gay when we had the coming out parties being on our team and we still lost. Why should I feel bad for anybody that misses 3 kicks, 2 extra points?
Third quarterback versus your starter.
I told y'all. I was the only one who picked the Giants last week. I knew Daniel Jones was real. I said it the night of his draft, and Wooly and the other person watching and Aegon laughed at me when they took him. Boy, did I look kind of right, except for he played against the Buccaneers defense. We'll find out this week.
Yeah, big story to come out of this one, though. Saquon Barkley with the ankle injury. So
I hated to see it.
Yeah.
I think Danny Dimes looked this up. It doesn't bug him. He's going to win the next 2.
He's not winning the next 2. He's not going to beat Minnesota.
We'll see. We will see. We're going to start getting into the season of defenders and pretenders. Grab the seat or hold on to your butt season.
I'm the only person I've seen anywhere on any platform saying that Daniel Jones starts before week 5, they make the playoffs. I'm the only person, and I'm telling you, he's going to lose to the Vikings.
God damn it, Rev! I hate you when you're right, but you might be right.
Like that's not going to be a good game for him, because guess what the Vikings have that the Buccaneers and the Redskins don't have? Fucking cornerbacks.
I was about to say a secondary.
A fucking secondary. I'll take one Viking cornerback over my entire squad in Tampa. One. And I have to remind you, Josh Norman plays for the fucking Redskins, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get 400 yards this week from fucking Danny Dimes, which is the dumbest fucking nickname ever. It's a bunch of people justifying treating a human being badly for taking 6th. This motherfucker got fucking death threats for being taken in a draft. He didn't choose it. He was taken that way. Death threats. Nobody in New York deserves him. I hope to God that he just blows up and makes everybody eat crow, and y'all can pretend that, oh, Danny Dimes, he's such great. No, his name is Daniel fucking Jones, and he was underrated as a quarterback. Is he as good as Haskins? Well, we won't know because there's idiots in Washington that won't let Haskins start.
Well, we'll find out soon, though, because Jay Gruden is gone. They're going to lose next week for no reason again. And Jay Gruden's out.
They're going to lose to Daniel Jones next week. That's no reason.
Oh, that's
a reason.
Dude, Case Keenum's going to look lost again.
Well, when we get into the conversation,
your quarterback looks lost in a losing game. Yeah, it's over.
And I know statistically, Aegon, that Mike Evans had the best week as a receiver. But Houston 27, LA Chargers 20. This is the game where the ownership of the Chargers called Gordon and said, look, man, there's only so much Keenan Allen can do. Can we knock it the fuck off now? Because 13 catches, 183 yards. You have Phillip Rivers over 300 yards again, and you lose to Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop had 6 catches, though. Imagine that. So what was the difference here? Anybody?
Defense?
The Texans defense was in when it was in Phillip Rivers' face all fucking game.
Yeah.
The Chargers is as bad as who we thought they were, and the Houston Texans is a little bit better than who we thought they were. Well, who I thought they were. Y'all liked them. I didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Next game.
And hang on.
Okay.
Quick mention. Melvin Gordon tonight said that he was going to end his holdout and show up for camp tomorrow.
Well, that's what I said. I'm really sure that the ownership to the Chargers said, man, just look, we'll work out something, come back, get your money for the rest of the year, and let's fucking win games because they need Gordon. Eckler is doing good, but they need Gordon.
Yeah.
Because Eckler gives him a little bit of speed, but Gordon has better hands than Eckler ever will have.
Gordon might be more dynamic than any player we've ever seen. Dude, getting balls in the flat
he's close.
And finding some space, he is electric.
He's close. I still think that Barkley's better than him in every facet, and I still think that CMC is better than him in every facet. CMC is probably the best catching running back in the league right now. but Gordon is really fucking good.
Dude, I can't wait to see what San Diego does. Or LA, excuse me, god damn it.
It's been said all 3 weeks, Wooly.
Damn
it. Dude, the rest of this stupid fucking season, that stupid fucking soccer stadium.
Let's talk about a game that we can just glance over. San Francisco 24, most overrated 3-0 team in the league, versus the Pittsburgh Steelers at 20, one of the most underrated 0-3 teams.
Yeah.
How?
I think you have an argument for one of the two. I think Pittsburgh is right where they deserve to be.
I didn't say deserve. I think they deserve to be 0-16 every year because fuck them.
Yeah. All of us around here can't stand them either.
Yeah. That's a team I actually legit dislike.
Before the Ravens came here, man, dealing with Steelers fans were the worst.
There is nothing good about this game, I can say, guys.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever you got me yelling at San Francisco for all the goddamn fumbles these guys had.
Man, the first half was just poetry in my ears, being said softly by the most soft human voice you've ever heard. Because every time they would get the ball and they would get down to the field where Wooly could get points for his kicker in fantasy football, they would throw an interception or fumble the ball.
God damn it!
Freaking 5 fumbles by San Francisco in that game.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
Once again, I'll say it again. They're the most overrated 3-0 team in the league.
They were trying to hand this game to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh still could not take advantage of it.
Agreed. Fucking agreed. All right, let's get off that game. Next game. I think this game was a game of the week. Me and Aegon enjoyed watching it. New Orleans 33, Seattle 27. This was the Alvin Kamara show.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the stats to back it up and have all these things, but he does at the same time. He was a sneaky great day.
Oh yeah.
Russell Wilson threw for 400 fucking yards, boys.
Jesus Christ. 32-50 for 64% completion percentage, 406 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks, 102 QBR.
If you take away the Kamara and the Wilson monster game, the story of this game was Bridgewater, because we kept hearing, okay, so if Breeze goes down, New Orleans has the best backup. Well, they had a chance, and he proved that they were right, because he controlled the game. He made sure Kamara had something to do with the game. He got Michael Thomas involved. Like, all their skilled players hit, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the sneaky stat was DK Metcalf may be a number 2 receiver already, 3 games into his career for the Seahawks.
Yeah, you might be right on that.
He's really fun. He's really fun to watch, by the way. I really enjoy watching him play.
I would say if Pete Carroll didn't get hit in the face with the football at the beginning of the game, he would probably have been tighter. I mean, the old guy probably got a concussion. He wasn't right for all of it because the entire Seattle team this week looked off.
I'm just saying that the best part of it is, the best stat of it all is the Seattle Seahawks finally lost a game in September under his tenure. And that makes me feel good because I like the Seahawks, but that was something that's been thrown around for the last couple of years. It's just like, will you shut the hell up about it? Like, who gives a shit? It's September. It's finally over. We can move on. What's the record rest of the time? Oops.
Here.
And now my overreaction of the week. So I'll open this soda, take a good hard drink. Dr. Pepper, you should definitely sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, we would try to get you to personally sponsor Rev for what?
Years.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
It's been a joke ever since I've met you. So, yeah.
The Los Angeles Rams, defending NFC champions, beats the Super Bowl champions
of the
Cleveland Browns 20-13. And I have a message for Mr. One Baker Mayfield. Shut the fuck up. You are 1-2 talking shit like you're 3-0. Shut the fuck up. You're not good. You're proving you're not good. And the only reason you're staying in games is because you have the most stacked fucking offensive power that I've ever seen in the NFL. And y'all can't make it.
And you're terrible at using it.
Yeah.
18 for 36 was terrible.
Rex Ryan says, I may be a little bit overrated, so I'm just going to say that if you don't wear brown and orange, you don't matter. You don't matter. You're 1-2 in a very weak division.
You gave Chubb 23 freaking rushes, and he didn't even break 100 yards.
Okay, hold on. I'm not going to bag on fucking Chubb, because to have almost 100 yards against that goddamn defense, like, let's not pretend like the Rams defense is second rate or not good. That is still top 5 defense.
No, but these are supposed to be the champion Super Bowl Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You can be Tom Brady. Yeah. Oh, wait. Do you remember what happened with Tom Brady with that defense?
Yeah.
He won offensive touchdown in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. 1 offensive touchdown. We're not going to dog on the skill players. Well, I'm going to dog on the idiot that said that he is elite level quarterback and nothing matters unless you wear orange and brown, but you're 1-2.
I'm sorry,
but one of the games you got outdueled by Marcus fucking Mariota, which, by the way, may be the second worst first round pick in the last 10 years, only to Jameis fucking Winston.
I'm sorry, but if you're wearing orange and brown, you haven't been really all that relevant for the past few years. Let's be real.
Few years?
Few decades.
Okay, yeah. When they come back, 99? Somewhere around there?
Yeah. I was about to say, my oldest child was born in 97. I have a kid in 99. None of those kids, none of my children have ever seen the Cleveland Browns as a good team. Decent team before they moved to Baltimore? Okay, Tyson can say that, but he was a baby. So none of my children have ever seen the Cleveland Browns good. None. And the reason why is because when they get a team that's decent, let's mark them now.
Let's trade them.
Like I said earlier to Critty, the person I was talking about, the karma that is hitting the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers this year is palpable. It's fucking amazing. Because remember, the AFC North goes through Pittsburgh or goes through Cleveland. Who's leading the division? Oh, the reigning and defending AFC North champions. And the only one that's going to make it out of that division, the Baltimore Ravens. Please stop. Can we stop? Can we stop saying that somebody's going to win something before they play a single fucking down together? We're now 3 weeks into the season, and it's proof that he's pretty much a farce.
Yeah.
Can he be good? Probably. But he needs to shut the fuck up until he proves it.
Yeah, I mean, you could always see like a flash or two of it, but it's never fully there.
You can only see a flash or two of it. So if you take Landry and OBJ off that team, who's the flash?
Nobody.
You put Landry on any other team in the NFL last year. Do you think that he's top 10 receiver? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Any team.
Yeah.
And OBJ, no matter how much he runs his fucking mouth, is still one of the top 10 receivers in the NFL.
Yep.
So you have 2 top 10 receivers on your team, and you're 1-2. It's time to shut the fuck up and play your game. Prove people right or prove me wrong. that's your choice. Because right now you're a joke, and you're the reason the team's bad. Next game, Chicago Bears. Did anybody watch this game?
Did anybody want to watch this game?
Chicago Bears 31, Washington Redskins 15.
The Skins lost. Oh, look, it was football on Monday.
The other part of Crow I will say is Jay Gruden, you and your brother may both be out of the NFL by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And you may be doing it really soon.
I hope everybody put their money on Jay Gruden. Man, that entire team looks so lost.
There's a bright side, Redskins fans. You will win one game in the first 10. There's a bright side.
Which game?
That's just because you play the Miami Dolphins.
Uh-huh.
And I think the four of us could get 10 random fat guys to protect us, and we could win against the Dolphins. Because I have an arm. And I love getting hit, and I love hitting people, so it'd be fun.
The best Pee-wee team could probably beat the Dolphins at this point.
My alma mater could probably beat the Miami Dolphins, and we were a Division III school.
I do think there's a couple NFL teams that would give the Dolphins a run for their money. I do think there's a couple of college football teams that could do it, but Jesus. Were you guys right about the Redskins or what?
Oh my gosh.
And it always will be as long as Schneider owns that team.
Yeah, who did the Redskins play this week?
That there's a chance they could go 0-15. We didn't look at the schedule when we said this. The records, by the way, we didn't know they played the fucking Dolphins. So, this 1-15 shit may be real, Jaron. You may be right about that shit because that's a bad team. That's a horrible fucking team from top to bottom. There is nothing good to say about their team.
I said that, man, they're going to play New England strong, and I was very wrong about that. Oof. Otherwise, I was pretty spot on. This is just a garbage fucking team.
There is 3 absolute garbage football teams in the NFL, and one of them has a win. So, we'll get to it. Best team in the NFL, go. Jaron.
Dude, I'm going to have to go Kansas City. What they did against Baltimore this week was nothing but phenomenal. They are must-watch no matter what time of day they're playing. Kansas City is the team of the week.
Egon.
As much as I hate to admit it, I have to say Kansas City. And Mahomes showed it. He's the best out there right now. We shook him up for nearly half a game, and he came back and still kicked our ass. So,
Wooly, are we going 3 for 3 here?
No, we're not.
Who do you got?
I'm going to say New England, best team this week. Because while, yes, Kansas City's got one of the best offenses right now, I mean, come on. New England's got strong offense and strong defense. I mean, really.
I just want you to understand that I did say 3 for 3 because I agree with you.
Yeah.
Kansas City beat a good team, and I will not take that away from the Ravens. The Ravens are a good team. But, like, both sides of the ball, Kansas City may be in trouble when it comes to Tom Brady. Like, that's real because their defense, New England's defense is actually kind of scary good. And it's weird because I'm not used to saying those words either. I'm used to saying they're decent. But, like, if you look over Kansas City's rest of their record, I see 2 legit losses.
And then,
yeah, I see 2 legit losses for Kansas City in their face, and that could happen. And one of them is New England. For New England, though, the rest of their schedule, Kansas City is their only big one. I mean, Dallas, but I don't believe in Dallas. I don't believe in Baltimore, maybe. We'll see. We'll see November 3rd.
We'll see. We've beaten Brady before, so we can do it again.
But like I told them earlier, I think that the only game they're losing this year is to the Giants on the 10th. Just call it a sinking, sneaky thing. I have the fucking feeling, and it doesn't feel good because I want to be right about Daniel Jones, but I'd like to have another undefeated season. And the only chance I think we have is the Patriots this year. Yeah. And that sucks. All right, we're going to talk about one more thing.
Oh, we're not going to say who our worst team of the week is? Or is that bit dried up by now?
I don't think that's going to change for a while.
I don't think, yeah. Unless Iron Ranger changes his, I don't see it changing.
Yeah.
No, Miami is
okay.
Garbage.
Okay.
The Dolphins.
The PFF rankings came out today. NFL quarterback rankings following week 3. So only speaking of the first 3 weeks of the year. Based on only play-by-play grading through the first 3 weeks. Does anybody want to guess who number 1 is?
Tom Brady.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum's last, by the way.
Like
he's actually last. So Aegon, you think it's Tom Brady too?
I don't know.
Don't look up anything.
I'm not. I'm thinking of which quarterbacks have been playing well besides.
Based solely on play-to-play grading, yeah. Who is number 1?
Dak Prescott.
I got to say Brady right now. That's all.
Tom Brady is number 1. Who do you think number 2 is?
I don't know.
Mahomes, Wooly?
I actually just found the list. So,
okay, so the top 5 Iron Ranger, and you can laugh if you want. Tom Brady is number 1. Dak Prescott is number 2. Carson Wentz is number 3. Russell Wilson's number 4. Deshaun Watson's number 5. Is there a name missing there?
Yeah, Mahomes. I mean,
Mahomes is number 6.
Yeah.
Lamar and Josh Allen. No joke.
Lamar is 14th, which is kind of low, I think, to me.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is 21st.
Ooh, that is disrespectful.
That's way too low for Josh Allen.
That one is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking just at the top 5. I don't see Wentz. I'm not 100% sure why he's number 3. Russell Wilson.
I'm trying to word this without sounding like I'm really angry about this list, because I am. How does it? No, I'll be rev for a minute. How in the fuck can a quarterback that's leading the league in passing, second in the league in complete, third in the league in completion percentage, first in the league in touchdowns, first in the league and not throwing interceptions, and number 1 in QBR, not be number 1?
I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Like, number 7 is Derek Carr from the Oakland Raiders. How?
Minshew's above Rodgers. Minshew's above Lamar Jackson. Mayfield's above Lamar Jackson.
I don't know who does these rankings, but they're smoking some crack. What the fuck? Play-by-play
solely on grading.
What plays are they watching?
So, this is the only thing I can think of, okay? and hear me out, guys, and y'all just give me your thoughts on my thought process. The reason why Mahomes is so low on this list is because he makes passes that nobody in the league can make but him. Nobody.
I think that would put him above.
Well, no, because it's safety of play. And just because I'm just trying to help them out because that makes no sense to me. Like you can't say he's being unsafe and he deserves a 6th place spot when he has 0 interceptions. When he has the most yards in the league, when he has the best QBR in the league, how is he 6th place?
It makes no sense.
Like it's just unreal.
Definitely be above Wentz. I mean,
the only person I would put near him. How many? Wait. How many interceptions does Mr. Brady have? 3.
Currently,
I know number 2 in the league in interceptions is Dak.
None currently, I don't think.
Yeah, no interceptions so far this year.
No interceptions right now for Brady.
Oh, he's 7-0. Russell Wilson 7-0. Tom Brady is 7-0. Lamar Jackson 7-0. Aaron Rodgers is 4-0. Terry Bridgewater is 2-0. Kyle Allen is 4-0. Daniel Jones is 2-0. Patrick Mahomes is 10. He has 200 more yards passing than any quarter. I'm thinking that maybe if me and Jaron and Wooly from time to time didn't make such outlandish fucking dumbass statements like the Lions are better than the Vikings, we could probably do these people's jobs more than they can.
I don't know who does these jobs, but they're fucking bad at it.
Because this is insane. This is actually fucking insane. All right. Y'all ready for the grand finale?
Oh yeah.
You know the rules. I say the game. You name off the winner. First thing that comes to your mind. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Iron?
Yeah. Iron.
Hello.
Did we lose him on the hill already?
He took too many hills.
He took too many hills. His body, he was cut up into small pieces. Play the bugle here in the video.
Play taps.
Yeah, play taps, please.
Everybody, let us pray.
Dear Lord, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our day, our daily. What the fuck? Where did he go?
Apologies to all the
Catholics. Sorry.
Catholics. Oh well.
Sharon. Iron Ranger.
I say screw it and let's just go because I really don't want to have to edit the technical.
Yeah.
When he said he's gonna die on that hill, he meant it.
He meant it.
Or maybe he just took one too many drinks or something.
Yeah. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Philadelphia at Green Bay. Wooly.
Green Bay.
Hang on.
Green Bay.
I got Philly. Tennessee at Atlanta. Hang on.
Ooh. Tennessee.
Atlanta.
Wooly. I got Atlanta too. New England by how many?
27.
It's at Buffalo, by the way. Hang on.
New England by at least 14.
I got him winning by 14 plus too. Kansas City by how many against Detroit in Detroit?
21.
I agree.
I was gonna say about 20.
Oakland in Indianapolis. Wooly.
Indy.
Hang on.
Indy.
Fair sweep again. We've only had one game that's separated, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's me taking Philly. Good job, Rev.
We had the Atlanta game was because they got split.
Too. I took Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, Chargers at Dolphins. How many by the Chargers?
God. 45 at least.
30.
I'm gonna go with 25. Washington at New York. Aegon.
Giants. It's fucking Washington. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, I was about to say New York.
Daniel Jones will throw for 350 yards plus. Cleveland at Baltimore in my game of the week.
Baltimore all the way.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I have to say the Ravens are going to take that one too. Carolina at Houston. Kyle Allen is the foreseeable future quarterback for the Panthers. Wooly.
East Carolina, where now? Again?
Houston.
Hey, Houston. I'm going to have to go Houston.
Aegon.
Oh, God, did we lose Aegon too?
I'm going to say Carolina.
I'm going to say Carolina too. I think that Kyle Allen is going to continue it. Tampa Bay at Los Angeles Rams. Aegon.
Rams.
Wooly.
Rams.
I'm going to go Buccaneers by 12.
Homer.
Yeah, Homer.
Homer.
I can.
Seattle versus Arizona in Tempe or wherever Arizona plays right now.
Glendale. Wherever. Seattle.
Aegon?
Yeah, Seattle.
I'm going to go with Kyler Murray. I think he finally gets his first win here. Minnesota at Chicago. How many by Minnesota? It is a conference. It is a conference game, so we'll just you make your pick.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Minnesota. Jacksonville at Denver. Minshew goes to Denver. Wooly.
I gotta go with the mustache.
Aegon.
Gotta go with the porn stash.
Yeah, me too. I'm probably going to go with him all year no matter who he plays.
Yeah.
I would never go with Flacco.
Dallas at New Orleans.
Nolans.
Nolans.
I think New Orleans.
I'm never going to pick the Cowboys unless I absolutely have to. So. Nolans all day. And the Monday night game is a fucking stinker of a game. Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh.
It's a do we care?
Who gets their first win? Aegon.
Oh, God. I think Cincinnati will get their first win.
Wooly.
Tie.
Tie.
Neither one of these kids deserve a win.
I don't even deserve it, but.
I think Carson Palmer. Oh, wait, he doesn't play no more. So I can't even say Cincinnati is going to win this game, but probably not big.
Yeah, if I had to be real, I would guess Cincinnati actually wins.
I think it's going to be a store fest either way.
Yeah. But what the hell is with the Monday night games? Like,
I don't know who's making these schedules.
There's a reason for every one of them so far, and they make kind of sense, but like, it's not their fault. Nobody expected the Pittsburgh Steelers to be 0-3. Nobody. Yeah. Nobody on earth.
I understand Cleveland on the late games because he was supposed to be the Super Bowl champions.
The Super Bowl champions. This is where we got to test Wooly's editing and do a little dancing Super Bowl trophy.
if we had another day or two to edit this,
if we would have recorded on the night we're supposed to. Anyway, guys, thanks for episode 3. I don't know where Jaron went,
but we'll try and find.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
We'll try to fill out whatever hill he ended up on.
We've been giving each other a hard time, and he's been trying to get a rile out of me. So maybe he went to sleep or something. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully, he will be back next week. And until then, guys, see y'all next week. And remember,